All right, guys, I'm excited for October. Who's excited? Yay! Okay, so I'm really excited about this Zoom because I was talking to lots of you. I know lots of you guys have big promotions that you guys are running for, myself included. You guys know that. So I'm just shutting this over here. And you know what? Honestly, it's a new month. I know September was weird. August was weird for people too. I know a lot of people was feeling that way. And I was chatting with one of the girls, and she was having a really tough time yesterday. And, you know, I was just explaining to her 2 years ago the situation that I was in, exactly like her. She's a diamond leader, and you know what? It happens where August and September is just weird months, right? And, you know, going into October now with our new products, whether you're international, we have the cleanse, you guys, new countries coming out, this keto coffee, which literally thanks to all my American girls who ordered me like a case because Jay's super excited. But you guys, it's so exciting because honestly, our team is very special. I know we talk about that because we're awesome and we don't have to pat ourselves on the back, but, you know, I want you guys to really realize how special our team is. When I joined, you guys know this, the girl I signed up with never spoke to me again. There was no team pages. I mean, what we have is very special. Your leaders are here for you, whether it's I'm everybody's leader, but we're all together on this. Okay. So whether it's Chelsea or Michelle or Robin or, Andrea, whoever your leader is, okay? I want you guys to know that we're always here for you, but it starts with you, right? One thing I was saying the other day that I want to make it very clear, if you are not getting on Zooms and calls, don't expect to come to your upline and ask them a million questions. And I was always the person that was okay with that. And then I thought, wait, that's not respecting my time, right? And I'm nobody's boss, right? You are your own boss. So you either really want this business or, it's just for fun for you, right? But everybody who's on here is, I see everybody's beautiful faces and you guys are all pumped up. See, Michelle's saying 1 year ago she was boxed for Ruby, and now she's boxed for Presidential Diamond, you guys. Like, it's crazy what this business can do when you really, take action. I want you guys to know, I had a couple things I want to just talk about and then basically just, if you really need a promotion to happen, you really have to get to work. Don't just wait till like 2 days till the end of the month and see what can happen. Whether it's social media, it's doing parties, one-on-ones, vendor events, you really have to learn what works for you, your strengths and, maybe your weaknesses. I know what I need to work on, and I just have to, I need to do those live videos, right? I know what I really need to work on. And I feel like a lot of you guys are really pushing forward every month. Some of you guys might be a little stuck, but take a look at what you're doing, right? Because if you are taking action and you're constantly trying, to do better and be better, for me, like, if people don't want to get on Zooms or anything, that's totally fine, right? But that's where you're going to learn, right? The calls, the Sunday night calls, you guys, are so exciting. Like, that call was exciting. I don't miss calls, like, unless I'm on like a plane or there's something important happening, right? So I want to know who's all going for a promotion this month. Yay. Okay, so basically what I wanted to talk about that is that here's the thing. You have to want it so bad, especially when you are just getting started, whether you've been in a couple months, maybe you've been in 6 months, a year, whatever. Maybe you're just really getting going with your business. You guys, getting to Diamond, I still feel like was the big point where I really, really got it, right? I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't a leader yet. I didn't know how to be there for my team. I had no idea what I was doing. But all I knew is that I really needed this, right? So I was consistent. I was excited. I was asking questions. I was plugged in, and I was telling people where I was going. It didn't matter that I just started. I was telling people I was going Diamond. I was telling people, because you put that out there and you work and it happens. I know we say that, like, speak into existence and it's going to happen, right? But if you're not really putting it out there and you're just kind of waiting every month to see what happens, you're not going to promote, right? So you really need to take action. And, if you need a game plan and you really need to talk to myself or whoever signed you up, please come talk to us. We'll go over charts with you. I had a couple people asking me today what they need for promotions, right? So the first thing you really need to do is that you need to have your charts out. If you don't have your charts out, there's no roadmap. How are you supposed to promote, right? You can't, right? That's like saying that I'm going to go play football, but I have no idea how to play football. I have to practice, right? So I mean, that was a bad example, but you know what I mean, right? So you really have to know what you want. And like, if you guys need this so bad, like I did, and so many of you guys on here, you have to work your ass off. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know, I feel like there are a lot of people who really need this, and they half-ass it. So then they get no results, right? So that's really frustrating. You go all in, or honestly, there's no, like, what's the point, right? So the biggest thing for me is, you guys, most of you guys know my story. I really needed this. You know, I had to have Diamond happen, and I was wrapping people. I have not missed a day on social media. I was doing vendor events, you know, parties, right? Whether it's online parties, I still do online parties all the time. So whether you have distributors underneath you, you're looking for distributors, you need to be present. And, you know, your influence on social media, people are watching you. Like, if I just took off a week from posting and came back, people are going to be like, I guess Tanis really isn't into her business anymore, you know? But if I'm consistent and excited and talking about it every day, telling people where I'm going, people want to join that, right? They're like, oh, wow, Tanis is like, look, I mean, people, you guys in the beginning used to make fun of me, and now they're like asking me questions, right? Because they're like, oh, wow, like her team's doing well, right? But it's because I talk about it all the time. I'm excited. You know, I'm a very blue-red personality, right? So if you don't know what your personality is, honestly, find out what other people's personalities are. You want to attract what you want in your business. You know, so the biggest thing is the first thing I always say, if you need 2 distributors to promote, or 5, or whatever it is, work with your team. Sign up someone and help that person sign up someone. Help that person to sign up someone. Maybe Sally's not working. Don't worry about that. You can still promote, right? So the biggest thing that you really need to do is decide what you want, make a plan, and then just take action, right? It's what we do isn't hard. I mean, it's not easy, but if you are consistently working at it, and, you know, you're not taking time off, because if you take time off, people don't take you seriously. You know, it's like having a store closed for a week and then them opening up. Well, someone's going to go somewhere else. The one thing I always ask people when they join me, or I always ask people, like, why are you joining me? You know, like, I always want to know. And they're like, oh, because you're excited and you always talk about it, and, you know, you're telling people where you're going. And, you know, I always talk about my struggles. You know, I tell people I was that depressed, lost mom, and, you know, we had like no money. I mean, for sure, I think Jay and I would have been divorced by now. Like, we had so much debt. And I share that with people, whether you guys have financial issues or not. Maybe you joined for a different reason, but people are going to relate to your struggles and your story. So you have to share your story. And I know you guys all have different stories. And if you need help with your story and, you know, talking about it, please just ask, okay? That what I put up on the team page today about just sharing, like, you know, where you're going, is people want to see that. People want to see that, you know, that Cassandra and Cindy have goals. You know, people want to see that, you know, people want to support people where they see that they're going places, okay? So another thing I was going to tell you guys, sorry, I had something here I was going to ask you guys. So what do most people do every day, do you guys think, to promote? Well, I know for me, honestly, I wake up every single day, I'm obsessed with my business. Before it was the financial part, I really needed it to happen. But I know the more people I help, right, and it's everybody on my team and more people watching me, I know so many people need this, right? So don't think about the paycheck. Because in my first year, you guys, I got to Diamond really quick. And then my team just kind of fell apart because I had no idea what I was doing. I wasn't really learning. And then Jackie Z, who's our presidential, she said, okay, Tanis, in order for you to get to the next level, you need to develop, like, as a leader, you know? If I was going to go double and triple in presidential and ambassador and black diamond, like, I had to, oh, sorry, I was just reading here. I had to, you know, really get to work, you know? It's great for everyone to say, I want to go diamond, I want to go double diamond, but, like, you really need to know that you need to develop yourself as a leader. You really need to do personal development. Like, I think sometimes people think that they're going to post a couple times on social media and all these distributors and customers are going to come running their way. And that's great if that happens to you, but that does not happen to me. I know if I want people on my team, I tell them, you know, I'll bug them. I know Chelsea, I bugged her for months and months. Not bug her, but I told her I wanted her on my team. And I didn't give up on her. You know what I mean? So exactly what they're saying right here. You won't get to the next level or the next promotion until you're ready to get there, right? So I know for me, diamond to double diamond was my most difficult promotion. I wanted to quit, but then I also knew I would let people down, and I needed this for my family, right? So, and I had a team, right? I wasn't just going to quit on my friends. I wasn't just going to quit on, moms or friends that came into the business that really needed this, right? So if you're having a really hard time in your business, I get it, because I've been there, and it's totally normal, okay? But you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, because it's just not working, right? So this is a business. If you want to make 5 figures a month, and there's lots and lots of people on our team who do, those girls and guys are all working their asses off. And I know my whole first year in the business, you guys, I didn't make a ton of money, but by like the 9-month mark, I was like, oh, wow, because it just all of a sudden happened. All that work that I put in, I was doing vendor events, one-on-ones, online parties, meeting up with people. Like, I was literally getting that diamond bonus. It wasn't if I was going to get it, I was going to get it, So I know some people, I talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to try and promote. I'm going to see what happens. Well, if you say that, you're not going to promote, or maybe it'll happen in 5 years, right? But if you really need it to happen, you really need to be really bold. You need to be confident. And even if you're not feeling confident, because I have those days where I'm just feeling defeated and crappy, and I get it. I totally get it. But remember that you are a business owner and people are watching you, right? So I just really wanted to address that, because I think everybody looks at people who have gotten to like look at Denise and all these top like ambassadors and presidentials and triples and doubles. I mean, whatever rank you get to, it's amazing, right? Promoting to executive and Ruby, and all those promotions are great, but people go through struggles, right? I don't want you guys to look at someone like me just because I'm doing this Zoom and think that I just got here and it was like, oh yeah, Tanis is so lucky, and all right, she got to presidential and good for her. So it was a lot of work. And you know what? This type of business, even at the car dealership the other day, the guy asked me what I did. They're all like, oh, okay, what do you do? Because, they look at your credit and your financial and everything, you guys. And 2 years ago, you guys, we were in so much debt and like credit cards and like, oh, it was awful. And I just talk about the income to you guys and to people, because I know a lot of people struggle with that, because I was one of those people. So if you guys really need the income, or you're doing this because you want to quit your job, or your spouse, you want to quit your job, or, you have all this debt, like, remember why you started. I've had so many people who quit because they're like, oh, I'm busy. I have my 3rd job I need to do and all this stuff. And I get it, right? I totally get it. But at the same time, you're never going to progress in your business if you just only work it when you feel like it, right? Because if we only worked it when we felt like it, we probably, I woke up, I felt like I was like literally on crack, you guys. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I was like so fired up, and I was like, it's October, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And like, it's every new month is exciting, and it's Monday, and, and I have all these girls and guys who want to promote you, so exactly. You have to show up to go up, right? And to grow, right? So I thought if anyone wanted to ask me any questions about any struggles, anything that they're having, or if, you want to ask me any questions about anything that's going on in your business that you need help with, let me know, and I'm going to unmute you guys, because I don't want to just talk the whole time, because otherwise I could blab for hours. You guys know that. Kara's laughing at me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, it's more of, I think some of the girls on my team, and probably maybe a lot of people, even we all do this, even myself have asked this question. I know a lot of people, when they go through a funk and then they're starting to get out of that funk, and I know personal development and all that stuff. I know I've had some people on my team, flat out tell me, flat out say, how do I even get back into feeling like, I guess, starting it up again? Because a lot of people get really like, I guess, discouraged. And I had one girl in particular, I'm not going to name her, but she said, I feel uncomfortable just even messaging people now. So how would you answer that?
Okay, Michelle's going to answer that.
So I had a month like this last month in August. And yeah, exactly what Chelsea just said. Pam says just start. And it really is that simple. I went 2 entire weeks without posting. I was still working in my business, but I wasn't as public with it as I should have been. And I did this, my own reasons, whatever, just a decision that I made. And that's one of those things is when you come back, it takes twice as long as you took off, right? So you can't be afraid to message people though. You just got to start posting again. Just start, like Chelsea just said, just start. Start posting again. Start telling people where you're going again. And you can't be afraid to send a message. You know where you're going. And chances are they won't even realize that you didn't post for the last couple of weeks. Okay, like people, they're not on your team. They're not watching you and seeing what you're doing every single day, right? So you just got to jump in and have that confidence in yourself. Because if you're not confident in yourself and you're scared and you're like tiptoeing up to this message, they're going to know that, and they're going to feel that fear.
Yeah.
The dog, they can smell it, right? And then, they're going to walk all over you and they're going to make you feel like you should have been scared to send that message, right? So you just got to jump in. Yep. Pull up your big girl panties and just do. And tell her, I think it was Tara that was talking. She was on the second screen, but I'm pretty sure that was your voice. I would tell her to read the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins.
So good.
Phenomenal. You can listen to it on Audible too. It's actually a really good listen. She's entertaining to listen to. You can look her up on YouTube, all sorts of stuff. But that 5-second rule is how I kind of got out of my funk. I highly, highly recommend it. That's it.
And you know what? And it's normal. Michelle had her funk. She got over it. And now she's like, boom, warrior princess. Here she comes, right? She knows what she wants. She has a plan. She's talking to her leaders and her team. And she knows what she wants. And she's going to get it, And I have no doubt in my mind that she's going to make it happen. And I mean, everyone on here, don't compare yourselves. That's the biggest thing. I feel a lot of people compare people's journeys. Honestly, Sally could promote tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter where you are. The biggest thing is when people start comparing themselves, it doesn't matter what everyone around you is doing. Just focus on your team, and bringing new people to steps to success. Andrea, you wanted to add to that, hon? I unmuted you.
Yeah, like all I could think when she was saying that was, don't worry about what other people think. We say that like when we're trying to sign people, like, oh, don't worry, people are going to judge you for running a home-based business or joining It Works or doing network marketing. We should never lose sight of that don't worry about what other people think, because you waste too much time doing that. And I was also going to say the 5-second rule. That book is amazing. It's so simple. You don't even have to read the whole thing to understand the concept. And it's so simple. It's like ridiculous. Like, why didn't I think of that? You literally just take 5 seconds and then go do whatever it is. So if you're questioning yourself, oh, should I send this message to this girl who, put up this post today about needing a second job? Like, there's a reason why you're questioning it. Count backwards from 5 and then go do it. And don't worry about what other people are going to think. You waste way too much time doing that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, in this business, you guys, you can't, people judge everyone. To me, it's silly, but everybody does it, and like Andrea and Michelle were saying, like, you know what, if maybe you can't, like, not that you can't read, but say you're really busy. Like for me, I like audiobooks, right? You don't have to sit down and read a book because I know how to read, guys, don't worry. But I liked audiobooks. So if I'm driving or like, if your guys are working out or like, whenever you have that time, it pumps you up. It really does. That's why we say, being an entrepreneur and a business owner, it's not supposed to be easy. I don't know if you guys follow, Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk and all these guys and like all these motivational people, like what we do, it's not easy, but it's like once you learn what works for you and you really work at it, like you can be a millionaire in a couple years. Like I don't know, you guys, I was always talking about how I wanted to go ambassador. And then a month ago, I was like, well, wait, why don't I just go black diamond? Like, I was like, I can do it, you know? And 2 years ago, I wanted to quit. I was a struggling diamond. People on my team were quitting. No one was replying to me, but I was like, who cares? Like, I just kept going forward. And I know a lot of people say, you know, oh, it's so hard to get customers and distributors and following the steps to success. But when you're really taking action and you're trying to sign up people, like, it's not hard. So think, you know, 1 customer or 2 customers a week, right? And then all those seeds that you're planting, you know, I'm always quality over quantity when it comes to distributors. I do not force people to sign up. I'm not that person that chases people. They either wanted to work the business or not. I have the same guy. Actually, Chelsea, you probably know who I'm talking about. I've had the same guy who's been texting me. Chelsea knows, from Florida. And he's been bugging me for months, just texting me. And I'm like, buddy, just join then. And he wants me to like fight for him to sign up. And I'm like, just do it. Like, either do it or like leave me alone. I didn't say that, right? But I think the biggest thing is we worry so much about, like, just remember why you started. If it's your kids, you really need the money, or you have tons of debt, or you need to get out of a situation that you're in, or you're depressed. Like, all those things, right? And I still struggle with things, right? So I don't want you guys to think that just because, you know, people are making money that everything's perfect, right? Because we all go through the same struggles, okay? So I know Jen was asking here with people ignoring you. Honestly, people forget, and you just have to follow up. Most of the time, it takes, like, didn't they say like 7 to 21 times for people to keep seeing posts or messaging? I messaged a girl tonight, this massage therapist I know, and she's like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to message you. I kind of left her for a while, and she's busy. She has 2 kids. She has a massage, you know, school that she runs, and she's been wanting to use the products and maybe becoming a distributor, right? So I don't exactly, people mentally respond and forget. Like, I do that all the time, like all the time. Yes, like Andrea said, don't water dead plants. Go after new blood. You can't force Sally to want to do this unless Sally wants to do this. And remind people why they started. I have a girl, you guys, who didn't really work the business, and she's like, oh, well, it's not really working for me, so I'm going to kind of take a break. And I said, okay, well, you know, that's not going to help anything, right? So it's okay when people, like, I know myself, Michelle, like, she's saying how she had a tough August. It's okay to come back from that. Just get over it, right? Like, it's done with, and you learn from it. You grow from it, you learn from it, and you become stronger. So when I was going from diamond to double, I really had to get to double diamond, okay? I needed the income, and I worked my butt off to get there. So you guys, if you need to get to events or everything, honestly, if you guys can't get to conference, get to One Team, One Missions. Get to, I mean, I know some of you can't, right? So I get it, right? So get to One Team, One Missions. Go on YouTube and like follow top leaders. And I mean, you guys, our team is one of the fastest growing teams in the entire company. And it's because we all work together. A lot of teams don't even do Zooms or like have training pages or like care. And then they wonder why nothing happens in their business, right? So all you really need to do is learn, you know? You don't need to be Chelsea. You don't need to be Cindy. You just be you, but the best version you can be, right? So, so the biggest thing is I was talking about dream boards the other day. And if you do not have your goals written down, I've had a car that since day one that I wanted, okay? And it's not about the car. You guys all know that about me. I really don't care about money things, right? But that car signified me getting to a part in my business and my life that I was truly proud for. So I treated myself, right? Yeah, Sunny, I love you too. Sorry, Andrea, you have something? What were you gonna say? Sorry, I'm reading all these things over here on the side. Yes, it's easier to give birth than to raise the dead. I love that, Chelsea. It's so true. You guys, honestly, I used to be that person, and you guys who know me know that I used to be that person that would literally try and message girls nonstop. Oh, like, come on, like trying to force them to get on Zooms. And then I was like, God, if they don't even care, why do I care? You know? So if people like don't want to work in your business, honestly, move on. I've had to do it. It's sad sometimes because you want it for them, but you have to move on. So Tracy is asking, my biggest problem is being too shy and not sure how to approach people with my business. Okay. So first of all, you want to decide if you're going to do social media, face-to-face, vendor events, one-on-ones. And Tracy, you're still new in the business. So I honestly recommend doing a little bit of everything and finding out what works for you. I know for me, yes, look what Chelsea's saying here. Lead with a compliment and be you. Talk to people like you would talk to your best friend. Exactly. We're just being friends to people, just being thoughtful and kind. And I've never treated this like a bit like, I've never been like that person to be like, hey, join my team. Like, you want to buy products from me? Like, I'm people's friends, and that's what you want to do. See, Chelsea has some good tips over here. Chelsea, do you want to add anything to what I was just talking about?
Yeah. So I just started using Instagram, and it was something that was kind of new territory to me business-wise, because I always just did it just as like, hey, it's a photo album, right? Like, that's kind of how I treated it. But whenever you can start implementing, business into it, it's actually really beneficial. And how I talk to people in general, regardless if it's social media or not, I just tell them like, hey, you have a really good personality. Like, have you ever thought about working from home or joining my team? I know you've seen what I do. And a lot of people will say, actually, I have thought about it, right? But I've been too scared to talk to you about it. Or I didn't really know how to start the conversation. Or a lot of people are just apprehensive when it comes to it because it's different. That's how a girl who's going to be joining the team soon, I met her when we were up in Blackhawk, which is a casino in the mountains. We were up there for Phil's birthday, and we just got to talking. She was one of the, people that keep track of like the individuals giving out the cards and everything, making sure everything's legal, I guess. And she was just awesome. She was a sweetheart. She obviously had great customer service because she was dealing with people all night. And we just got to talking, and I gave her my Blitz card, and I said, let's get in contact. And then we add each other on Facebook, and I gave her a sneak peek, and now she's joining this week. So is it always that easy? No. But the thing is you literally have to do what Michelle said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that Mel Robbins trick. And that's fact, because that's just how our brain works, right? It takes 5 seconds for us to talk ourselves out of things. So I did that, I'm not a shy person. Most of you know I'd talk to a brick wall if it would talk back. But sometimes I do get a little, apprehensive myself. So finally I just did that, and I started talking to her. She deserved to know about what we do because she was working late nights. I got to talking to her. She has 2 little ones at home. Her husband can't work because of disability. So it's just like, they needed this, right? And it's just like, God put me there just to talk to her. It was unbelievable. And if you guys just, get over the fact that, oh my God, what if they say no? Somebody says no, it is what it is. Now, guess what? They're going to be continuously watching you and watching your success. Mm-hmm. And then just like Tana said, they're going to come back and ask you questions. Maybe it's a year from now, but they're going to be watching you. Okay. And no always means not right now, but people need to hear what we do because it is changing lives. Right. So just think about that.
That's awesome, Chelsea. And those, I don't know if you guys saw what I put on the team page. I put it on my Facebook page too. If you're not directly on our team, I have sidelines on here tonight too. But the people who are really watching you, they're not liking or commenting or messaging you. They're watching you. They want to see if I'm going to fail. They want to see if I'm going to quit. They want to see if I give up and join another business. And that's another thing. When people start hopping around to different businesses, nobody takes them seriously. They never do well. They blame the business, but it's the person, anyone can be successful. I can't even talk. You guys could go sell water bottles or Tupperware. Not that there's anything wrong with those things, but someone who's really passionate about that and really puts in the work, they're going to do well, right? It doesn't, what we have, you guys, with, with our compensation plan, our social media, like the corporate team, like you guys, like they have everything. Like you guys see all the plans and incentives they have right now for October. They want us to succeed, This business and company keeps getting better and better and better. I mean, I was so tired at the end of the month because I was helping, some girls with promotions and everything and finishing off. And then I was tired when October started, but then I was like, wait, I'm so excited. All the girls messaging me and telling me how fired up they were. I got a message from Michelle, like first thing at like 7 a.m. And I was like, oh my gosh, 7 a.m. But I was like, just hearing how excited everybody was, and Cindy was excited, Robin was, everybody was messaging me, right? And so then I got excited, right? So your energy that you're you're giving off to people. And everybody was like messaging me, and then I got excited. And then I was like, well, normally the first day of the month, I kind of like to take it easy and, Sunday, but then I was like, screw that. Like, we have goals and plans. We need to get going. Right. And what we do is fun. Like, who cares if you haven't signed a distributor yet? Maybe you've signed a couple customers. That's great. Don't ever compare yourself. Right. Because like I said, everybody's journey is different. A lot of us work full time, have kids, have stuff going on. So don't ever compare yourself. That is the biggest thing, because it holds you back. Oh, Cindy, that was what you told me. Is that what you told me about the other day? Cindy, I'm unmuting you. And then Robin wanted to talk too. Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Okay, is it the one I told you about the other day? I don't know. I went to an arts and craft fair after work on Saturday, and I blitzed 3 women. And then on Sunday, I was at a bowling thing for Special Olympics. And I volunteered. And a couple of the parents sitting behind us, because the parents weren't allowed down where the bowlers were and where we were. And they're like, where did you get all your energy? And I'm like, he's all like, is it legal? And I'm like, oh yeah, it is. And so I like told him about the keto coffee, and I told him about the greens, and I gave him some cards, and gave it to like 6 different families, like right along the bench there. So hopefully I'll get some, at least customers, if not, team members.
That's awesome, Cindy. And
I'm super excited.
People see your excitement, right?
I'm super excited.
Like, I see some posts, not for many of you guys, because we're all perfect on this Zoom, but I'll see posts sometimes from people, and there's like no excitement, and it's just blah, doesn't sound like them. And then the next post, like an hour later, they're complaining about something. It's like, no, you don't do that. Your social media platform is your business. If you're complaining or like, I've had people ask me like, oh, like just people who are asking about the business. They're like, oh, Tanis, like, why are you so happy all the time? And I'm like, well, I'm not, but like, I'm not going to post my dirty laundry on Facebook, you don't need to talk about like things that are going to upset people, or, don't talk about politics or like anything that is going to upset people, because people will be offended and then they won't want to talk to you. Trust me, you don't want to do that. She is excited, right? So Robin, what were you going to say? Feed into the negative. Yes. Can I say that quickly? Chelsea's so right. You guys, I get negative people all the time. I have people who are like straight up like, it's funny who's happy for you during your success, and who, and it's okay, because I don't care about stuff like that. And you have to really learn to get a thick skin in this business, because unfortunately people in their first month, they'll have one person that says one bad thing and then they quit, and then they go back to working all their jobs and they're miserable. What if that girl just kept on going? I know I've had tons of people like that. They worry about what one person says. So honestly, don't worry about what other people think, because honestly, when I see people successful in other businesses, like I'm supporting a friend right now in her business. She bought stuff from me, and I'm happy for her. She didn't join my business because she joined something that she was really into, and we support each other, and I'm happy for her. So there's going to be those negative Nellies, and you don't want them on your team and part of your business anyway. So just move on from those people and let it fire you up.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, and then Robin wants to chat.
Sorry, what I meant was she sounds so exciting, and what I wanted to add on what you were just talking about, how like you said how you saw someone was like blah blah blah, and then they were complaining about everything. I'm like, oh wow, she sounds exciting. And think about that when you're going to post. Does that post like intrigue you? If you reread it, is someone else going to actually want to jump in that post with you? And that's why I said, yeah, she sounds exciting, and that's what I meant by that, because think about it, reread your stuff, and the whole, we keep on talking about this copy and pasting. Yeah. I am known for like, when I write my posts, my words are all messed up, and I don't care, because they know that it's me. And I really don't care, and it is what it is. But people are like, okay, yep, Tara wrote that. Instead of like, oh, who'd she copy from? Like Stephanie Dunn. So it's like, just be you. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And what Michelle and Jen are just saying, I've had so many skeptical people. They either join my business, or they're like, say how proud they are eventually of me. Or, 2 years later, they're like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to know. People need to see the success, you have to be really bold and excited in your business, right? And you have to invite people into your journey. I think a lot of us I know every single day I write something about the opportunity or the business. You have to, because people aren't just going to come running over to Sally. And, you know, sometimes people will ask, you know, like, oh, how do you become a distributor? But mostly you have to put it out there. You have to ask people, because just posting on Facebook and Instagram is advertising. Okay. You're not asking, right? If I just kept sitting there thinking, oh, like, I hope Chelsea messages me. I hope she messages me about, you know, joining. No, I had to keep messaging her and be like, girl, you'd be so good at this. Or message people, tell them people you want them on your team. They'll either not reply to you, which is fine. They'll either, you know, straight up ignore you, like what I mean. Or, I mean, a lot of people on my team straight up ignored me, and now they're all doing really, really well in their business, right? Some people just won't be interested right now, and that's fine. Maybe they'll never be interested, but you have to ask people. Our goal every month is to follow the steps to success, right? Distributors and customers into your business. So if you're doing online parties or one-on-ones, I mean, I was watching something on one of the leadership pages today. Rhonda Hartman, if you guys don't know her, she's an ambassador. She wrapped 2 people today. She got 2 customers and a distributor all in one day, because she made like a plan. And then, I mean, look, she's already halfway through her steps to success on the 2nd day of the month, right? So it's just because she took action, right? I mean, if you're really good on social media and you really know what you're doing and you have a huge network and you're connecting with all those people, that's great. But for the most part, social media keeps changing, right? So you need to stay up to date on things, because a lot of people aren't even seeing your posts. So if you're not messaging people, you're wasting your time, right? And you guys want to promote, right? So, Robin, where are you? You wanted to chat. I'm looking for you. Can you unmute yourself? I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. This is just basically about messaging people. And I am in like some different groups, and there's been like over the last week, people have posted in these groups like looking for like an opportunity, you know, like a home-based business or a job to work from home or whatever. And I just kind of watch the people that just blast these poor girls with their business opportunity, you know. And so what I've been doing is I just message them. And what I've been telling them is, hey, you know, I see you're looking for, you know, an opportunity, and you got, you know, a ton of things to choose from out there. And I'm just honest. And I said, you know, you really need to research everything, and you need to find, you know, something that you're passionate about, you know, either a product or, you know, some service or something that you really like, because if you don't, it's not going to work. And then I just, you know, tell them, if you're looking for like network marketing, don't expect to, you know, get rich in 2 weeks. You know, you're not going to make $1 million in 2 weeks. You're going to have to, you know, give it an honest effort. And I'm just really honest, and I never even bring up what I do. And it's really funny because they message me back and thank me. And then tonight, right before I got on the Zoom, I had a girl say, well, what business are you in? So we've got a conversation going now. And it's just, you know, it's just being yourself, being honest, and not just going out there and being like crazy, like just because like this is like, this poor girl is like, she's like fresh meat, and all these people are like jumping all over her. And that turns people off. So I think just, you know, being honest, don't even lead with, you know, what you do, ask them what they do, and it'll just be a natural conversation. And then Bailey also had somebody message her tonight, and it was about Scentsy. And, you know, they have like a new Scentsy warmer or something like that. It's really expensive. And so the girl just told Bailey, well, you could have a party and you could get it like free or, you know, like half price. And Bailey said, well, I'll have a party for you if you have a party for me. So that's another thing you can do too, is just, you know, if you have friends in other companies, you know, I always, you know, like I'll do that too. Like I'll have a party for somebody and they do the same for me.
That's awesome. Thanks, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
I want to share a couple of things with you guys just from I think it just will go well with what we're kind of talking about tonight. When I went to Spain on our leadership conference retreat back in June. And, you know, one thing I heard, I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk or Tony Robbins the other day, and there is no secret sauce, right, you guys? I think a lot of people, I know people come to me and ask me what I do every day, or want to come hang out with me, or like, you know, ask the other top leaders on here what they're doing. And you know what? Honestly, there is no secret sauce, because what works for me might not work for Chelsea or Michelle or Robin or Andrea or any of you guys on here, right? So I want you guys to know that, because I think honestly people think that, you know, people just join and they get lucky in this business. And it's not that at all. It's that people really need this. If you have a why that makes you cry, mine was my family, my daughter, you will work your ass off, okay? Apologize for me swearing. But you know what? I think I want people to know that, because I feel like people give up too soon on themselves, right? I will never give up on my girls or my guys. But unfortunately, people don't give it their all. They want to make $10,000 a month plus, but they're not willing to put in the sacrifices. I have a girl who couldn't get on a Zoom the other day because she was busy watching Netflix. Like, okay, she doesn't want to make $10,000 a month then, right? You know, and it's okay to watch Netflix. Nothing against Netflix. I watched Netflix last night late, right? But where I'm going with this is, if you really need something, you really need to make a certain amount of income. Like, you need to put in the time, okay? Your leaders want to help you. Your team, I want everyone to succeed, whether they're my team, my sidelines. I love seeing other people succeed. Like, I had friends, you know, promote this month who weren't even on my team. I was so pumped for them, right? So I think the biggest thing is, sorry, I'm reading on the side, does Netflix pay her? No, no, Netflix doesn't. And there's a time for stuff like that, right? Like, you can't, you know, to me, it's like, exactly. Thanks, Danielle. You know, Netflix is always there, right? And I think Zooms and getting on and learning from people, you know, it is so invaluable. And I know when I signed up, you guys know this, the person who signed me up never spoke to me again. And that's okay, right? Because I didn't need her to work the business for me. No one's ever given me a customer or a distributor or volume or, you know, and that's fine. And it's good. You have to move volume. You have to move people, and that's fine. But it wasn't up to the person who signed me up to work my business, right? What if I just thought, oh, she's not working. Well, I guess, you know, I'll just wait for her, you know? So, but she didn't want what I wanted, right? And there's nothing against her. She's a great girl. But I took action from day one. I had to get to diamond. The month I went diamond, you guys, I needed that $10,000 bonus so bad. And like, I have worked so hard because I needed this so bad for my family. So if you guys need this, like, honestly, work so hard, because in a year from now, you're going to be like, holy shit, Tanis was right. You know what I mean? So sorry, I keep swearing, you guys. I'm really excited right now. But I feel like I really wanted to be raw with you guys tonight, because I feel like people see people and they're like, oh my gosh, she's doing so well. She's an ambassador. But that girl who's ambassador, it was blood, sweat, tears. You know, I have cried so hard. I have like happy cries, sad cries. I have missed out on things. I have promoted to ranks where I have been blown away with paychecks, and it's not even about the paycheck anymore. Like, I see my paychecks now, and it still doesn't seem real. But then I look back and I'm like, you know what? I deserve this, you know? So when you realize that you're worthy and you go after your goals and dreams, and you see like, holy crap, I can do this. I can make $10,000 plus a month. You know, I can pay off all that debt. I can retire. I can go on those trips. I can, you know, treat myself, you know, and prove people wrong. I love it actually when people are negative towards me. It actually fuels me up. So, yes, of course I'm going to go to conference. Yes. Michelle is going to add something. I'm going to read you guys something. Hi, Michelle.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm missing anything on here. You guys just talk, because there's so many messages.
We're talking about somebody, now I can't remember, I think it was Andrea, something about if you want $10,000 a month, you have to have a $10,000 a month work ethic. I can't say either. Dennis, you shared a video, and then I shared it with my team too, and I talked about it on our game plan Zoom last night. But the Eric Worre video that you shared, talking about
yes.
How much money you want to make per hour. So he gave a really good example, guys, and he said that someone once asked him, how much do you want to make a year? And he said, $1 million a year would be pretty cool. And they said, okay, well then during your work time, you need to be making $500 an hour. Okay, seems insane. But then they asked him, do you have some type of activity that could earn you $500 an hour? And he said, well, yes. If I get in front of prospects and I'm talking to people, that could make me $500 an hour. And so the answer was super simple, guys. Do that, right? So what do we have that could earn you that kind of money? It's parties, right? Parties. Getting the products in front of people, talking to people, wrapping people. Those types of things are like instant money makers. If you get in front of 5 women and you talk about our products and you even show one wrap, all 5 of them are going to order something. Okay, I promise you. But you have to put yourself in that position. And sitting around watching Netflix or any of these other things that we choose to do, me included, okay, I really got out of the habit of doing Belly to Belly, but I'm going to get back into it. Like, I'm hosting my own party Saturday at my house because it's been so long since I've done that. But that is activity for us, guys, parties, or even one-on-ones. I was telling my team last night, a party does not have to be a room full of people. A party could be going to Starbucks with your friend and putting a wrap on her in the bathroom, or giving her a green sample and showing her how to do it right there. Okay. Yes, I agree, Chelsea. Let's do that. But anyway, so that is our activity like that. So you could make $500 an hour. Why would you choose to do anything else? That was the whole point of that video. It really hit home with me because I was like, wow, he's right. Because we do have that activity. We have an activity that could make us serious money per hour. So do that. It's super simple.
Mm-hmm. And it's so true. I think there's so many people on there. Like, when was the last time you had a party? When was the last time you wrapped someone? And you get excited too. You know, you get excited about it, you know, and who cares if one person shows up? Like, I feel like people get so worried if, you know, people don't show up to their party or their vendor and they just stop, right? Well, you can't do one party and expect to become a millionaire. Like, it doesn't work like that, right? And like, wrap cash, and like, that's how you're going to get those leads. Every time I wrap someone or send out samples, they become a distributor or customer. I'm just excited. I talk about it. I'm just friends with them. And if you don't know what to say, and I mean, I talk a lot, you guys. I'm just me. I'm not going to change who I am because what I do works. But it didn't just happen right away. Like, oh, I knew what I was doing. But, you know, like, if you wrap your girlfriend today, I wanted to wrap for months. Finally, she decided to get one. Can't wait for her to see her results. That's exciting. And, you know, follow up with people. I think so many times we put all these thoughts into our head, like, oh, what if they didn't like it? Or, oh, like, you know, what if, you know, oh, and we overthink things, right? So put yourself out there, and it's like, yeah, you want to be a millionaire? Like, do income producing activities. We have so many things we put on the team pages. I mean, you can go and find everything that you need to work this business. Like, we have the best training academy, the training on our team pages. We have Zooms, we have corporate calls. I mean, so many times people just say they don't do those things, and then they wonder why nothing happens in their business, right? So this business works, you guys. It really works. And how it works is us working it, right? So you have to be consistent. You have to be excited. You have to try new things, because if you're not doing those things, nothing's going to happen in your business, right? So I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys. And then I know it's getting almost, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes or so. I mean, we could keep talking. But when I went to Spain, and every single time I go to an event, unfortunately I missed out on green carpet, but every single time I go to an event, I just get fired up about our company. And like, you know, the biggest thing is your energy, you guys. That's one thing that Albert, our vice president international, like, whatever business you do, whatever you're doing, people are going to be attracted by your energy and your excitement, right? You are your business. You're not selling greens and wraps. People are buying from Tracy. They're buying from Cindy. They're buying from Tanis, right? People are going to be sold by you first, okay? So that's the biggest thing you need to know in this, right? With anything, you know, like I said, if someone was excited about selling water bottles and Tupperware, and they were passionate about it, and they were doing all these events, they would do really well, right? So your energy is so important, right? And you have to focus on the capacity of your energy. He really talked about, like, you know, if you are really needing this, you need to be obsessed with your business. You need to be obsessed with bettering your life. You need to be obsessed. I don't want to say with money and fortune and all those things, but for me, it was the freedom. I wanted my husband home. I wanted to pay off my debt. I wanted to just wake up not to no alarm clock. And I do all those things now. From day one, I wrote down what I wanted and I worked towards those things every single day, right? So don't feel sorry for yourself. Get over yourself. Jackie had said that to me. I felt sorry for myself. I'd gone diamond and like people were quitting and I was like, is it me? And Jackie's like, no, people could just quit. It's okay. Like, and all those people who quit, you guys, they are watching me like a hawk. I know because I see them watching me on Instagram, right? So people either quit or they succeed. It's one or the other, really, right? Because you only fail when you quit, right? So another thing he talked about was, you know, don't limit yourself. Like, you know, if you want to go double diamond or triple diamond or presidential, whatever your goal is, you can get there, right? But don't just say, oh, I'm going to try and get there. I'm going to see what happens. And, you know, I'm going to try and promote this month. It honestly drives me crazy when people say that. And I like give them tough love back. Chelsea's like, yeah. Because I've even had someone today. I was like, no, if you say you're going to try, you're not going to do it. But if you say, I'm promoting this month to Ruby, I am going diamond, I'm taking action every single day, I'm going to work towards it, you're going to make it happen. But it's the people who kind of like put that, oh, if it doesn't happen, I'll wait till next month. Those people, you guys, it's hard to succeed in life if you live on that mentality, okay? So your mindset is huge. I loved everybody who did, you know, what I put on the page today, just about like your goals and everything, because people want to see what we're doing. You know, you have to put yourself out there. Learning is fun. That's what he was saying. So a big thing in what we do is learning. Okay. So we all join. Most of us had never done a business before. I'd never done a business before. I had no idea what I was doing. I took every single advice from my presidential because she told me what she was making and I had to make it happen. Right. So learn as much as you can, because the more you learn, the more you earn. Okay. I always say that. And 99% in life is showing up. Okay. That really was an aha moment, because every single person who shows up and listens, I'm nobody's boss. It's not me, but it's the people, you know, around you, everyone else that is learning and growing. Like it's exciting. You learn from other people, right? So if you're showing up to things and you're really putting, you know, your dreams and your goals out there and you're writing things down and you're taking consistent action and really growing as a person, that's when you're going to promote and that's when your goals are going to happen. Okay. Have the ability to absorb failure and move on. Okay. When you fail and you're having a bad day, it's good. Okay. It means you're trying new things. So many people fail at something and then they just stop. So say someone had a party, no one showed. Oh, okay, I'm never going to do a party again. Well, no, you can't do that, right? Or say you post on Facebook for a week and no one's really liking your post. People are watching you, right? So if people are negative or like you feel like you're failing, like just get over yourself and keep pushing forward. Because honestly, you have to, especially in what we do, you have to, you know, be okay with that you're going to fail. Because when you're failing, you're moving forward, okay? Learn from others. Sorry. It was one thing I wanted to talk about, my brain. Okay. This is one thing I really want to say to you guys. There's some other notes I'm not going to go over because there's so much there. I could just keep babbling on. Okay. If you have hit rock bottom and you keep going, you're going to be a success. Okay. Honestly, all my friends who are like double, triple presidential ambassadors, black diamond, I mean, they all hit rock bottom. That was me when I started. That was me 2 years ago, like when I was diamond. And I know there's girls on here, there's guys on here who have shared things with me. And you don't have to share your troubles with me. You don't have to do that. If you want to, honestly, feel free to come to me or your leaders, because I want you guys to know, if you've hit rock bottom and you have the will and the drive to succeed and keep pushing forward, you can be a millionaire, okay? It's getting over yourself. You know, there's girls on here, you guys, I have cried with. I have, you know, talked about our lives together. I want you guys to know I was rock bottom. And I was sick and tired of living the way I was living. And I was sick of working so hard for someone else and having more bills than pay, you guys. I was sick and tired. I didn't want to send my daughter, you know, I didn't want someone else raising my daughter, you know, I didn't want that, but I had to work, you know. Jay, you know, we were not in a financial situation, and most people, unless they have really, really good jobs, need an income, okay? So honestly, if you've hit rock bottom and you really need this, I want you to work closely with your team, work closely with me, work closely with, you know, be on the team pages and be involved and see what this family and this team is all about. Because when you've hit rock bottom, the only way you can go is up, okay? And it sounds so cliche, but I talk about this because I've been there, okay? And, you know, again, people are going to relate to your struggles. Yeah, I know I talk about, you know, financial stuff and I talk about how this has changed our lives, but what I do talk a lot about is behind the scenes to people on how this has changed my life, how this has changed me as a person, you know? So fight for that fairy tale, you know? It's not going to be easy, but you just have to get over it, you know? Yes, Chelsea, sorry, I'm going to stop talking. I'm talking lots. There you go. Go.
There, you're fine. I was like, crap, where's the unmute? No, just to piggyback on that, like, it's absolutely right. And some of you, I know many of us are on Pinterest, right? All the DIYs and recipes, but there's also memes on there. And it's kind of funny because I came across one and I've seen it a handful of times over, you know, the past few years. And it is two gentlemen in like a business suit digging through mud. And what it shows is like the bigger picture of like what they're digging to, and what they're digging to is like a pot of gold or whatever their goal is, right? And one of them, it's two on top of each other, right? And then one's digging, he keeps digging, he keeps digging, he keeps digging through the mud, and he gets his goal. He gets whatever it is that he's reaching for. The bottom one, you see him turning around when he's literally got one more little, you know, dig to do, right? And he turns around and he gives up. So essentially the moral of the story is as many as those little curveballs that are thrown at you, especially the more consistent they get, it's usually because you were on the verge of something amazing. You're usually on the verge of your success. And it's really just saying, you know, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? That's what those curveballs are saying. And you have to stand up and say, I want it. And then you're going to hit it out of the park. So it really just comes to terms with you. You have to make that decision that, yeah, I may still work my 9 to 5 and I'm tired as heck when I get off work, but I'm going to sit down and make this happen. I'm going to work on my passion. I'm going to work on the thing that's going to set me free and take me home from this 9 to 5. Because it's possible and you're all worthy of it, right? We all are. We just have to come to terms with making the unwavering decision to just get to work and to do it. It's not complicated by any means.
I love that. And you know what? Another thing that I was going to say that I learned from Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk, even though he swears a lot and I love him, he does talk a lot about empathy and how people are suffering. People are struggling, you guys. Every single one of you. I know I struggle with things too. I had a hell of a year personally in the past couple months, even though my business was great. Everybody's suffering, okay? So what I want you guys to know is empathize with people. You know, if you're talking to that mom or that student or that couple that really needs this, talk to them and like have a heart to heart with people. People want to join people and know that they care. Like I will pour my heart and soul into people, but if they don't care, I move on because I just don't have time, right? I would much rather spend time with someone who's on my team way down and I hardly know them and talk to them on the phone. I do that lots, than someone I've personally signed up and they don't care, right? Like you can't force someone. You can't force someone to want this, right? So empathize with people, you know, be a leader, you know, be grateful, be passionate. And, you know, you're a leader as soon as you join this business, right? I remember joining and I was telling people where I was going. And, you know, if you don't know, you guys, I had no idea about charts. I literally went to conference, no idea what I was doing. And I came home and I was like, I'm going diamond. No idea what to do to get to diamond, but I had the first step that I was going. So I printed out my charts right away. I talked to my upline. We had a game plan. So if you do not have your chart printed out, you will not promote. I will tell you that right now. If you are not talking to your team and signing up customers and distributors, you will not promote. So the first thing you want to do is you need to print out your chart right now. I printed out my diamond chart right away. I didn't even look at anything else because I had to get to diamond and I had such a fire in me to make it happen. And that fire really hasn't stopped. And that is why I'm successful in this, right? So if you need it and want this so bad, honestly, get to work, stay connected with your leaders, whether that's me or anyone else who's amazing on here, because you're all amazing and perfect, you know, Andrea, cheerleaders have hit every bump along the way and keep going. It gives you firsthand experience so you can coach other leaders through their bumps too. Exactly. You know, and most people have never done anything like this. Most people aren't, you know, natural born leaders and know everything that they're supposed to do. Some people are born with a little bit of, you know, maybe they're really good with people or, you know, but the biggest thing is, why are you not showing up on the Zoom? Tara, I think you're on another page. We have like 3 or 4 pages on here. I saw you.
I know I was there, then I disappeared. I'm not there anymore. What the hell?
Oh, well, we need to have Tara or else we'd have to stop it.
I know. I wanted to take a picture and I'm not even on there. That's all right. Sorry.
I see you. I see your name. So you guys, another thing that Gary Vaynerchuk says is content, okay, and value, adding value and content. You guys take time on your posts. You guys, like, don't copy and paste. Please don't do it. I scroll by and I know who's copied and paste. It doesn't help your algorithm. And I'm just telling you this to help you, not because I care if someone copies my post. I really don't care. Change things up, you guys. Make it sound like Sally. Make it sound like you know, because people are joining you. They're not joining whoever. They're not joining Stephanie Dunn, right? Even Stephanie Dunn said on that Zoom we had with Chelsea, she's #1 income earner and she can't force people to want to work with her, right? So we all are, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, Sally or Stephanie or whoever you are, anyone can join you in this business. But if you're excited and you're adding value to people's lives and you're passionate and you're very empathetic and it's, you know, you're smart with, you know, you're learning, because people are going to see that. They want to join someone who really shows that they care, right? They want to join someone where they know it's a part of a family. And what we have, like, with It Works or whether you're on this team directly, you're very lucky and it's very special. Sorry, did someone else want to say something? Tanis, glasses? What? Joanna said Tanis, glasses. Oh, am I squinting again? Sorry. Okay, one other thing I want to say about Tony Robbins, and then we can do any questions, and then I know it's getting late if you guys have to pop off. So one thing that Tony Robbins said, and when I saw Tony Robbins, you guys, I think honestly everything changed. You know, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Okay? Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Okay? Remember, this is a relationship business. This is a people business. You know, people are joining you, right? I say that over and over and over again. So you have to add value with what you're doing. Okay? It's super, super important. Do you have a millionaire mindset where you're going to work and grow, or do you have that poor mindset where you're like, oh, my life sucks. I don't need to get on Zooms. You know, I'm watching Netflix. Like, nothing's really happening. And it's your mentality, right? People see that, you know? So your mindset is so, so important. Focus on the inner, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. You guys, I had my cards read and I think I've become a different person. I'm like a witch now. I'm feeling very... Don't laugh at me. But no, but like really get into yourself and realize why you joined this, okay? You know I keep talking about this. I keep repeating myself, but you know, this is all you have to think about every single day when you wake up. You have 2 choices. You're going to work your business. You know, it doesn't have to be all day long. A lot of you guys work full time, you know, but if you take a little bit of time every single day and moving forward, and maybe you'll pick 1 or 2 days out of the week where you really spend a lot of time in your business, right? But if you are not consistent, people will not take you seriously. Okay. That's a little bit, you guys, I have so many things I could go over, but I don't want to go. But, you know, the biggest thing I'll say about Tony Robbins, and I'll stop again. He talked a lot about how people are suffering. You guys, like Chelsea said, if she didn't ask that girl to join this business, right? You know, if I didn't keep seeing that girl post and post and post, and she posted it for a year, you know, I didn't like comment. I just kept watching and watching and watching. And you know what? People need this. Okay. So if you are, you know, constantly putting in that effort and you're adding value to what you're doing and people are watching you, right? So if that girl didn't keep doing that, I probably wouldn't have joined, right? Because so many people join businesses and quit. So many people join gyms. You guys, I got a gym membership last year. I didn't go once. Is it the gym's fault or is it my fault? My fault, right? So people will make excuses about things, you know, but you have to, yes, you have to have your chart out. If you don't have your chart out and you're not showing up on things and you're just kind of winging it, Well, don't expect to make 5 figures a month, okay? You're probably not going to promote at all, you know? Sometimes people promote by fluke, but take action in your business, because you guys, our business and our compensation plan is incredible. Did anyone else want to ask any questions or anything? I know I kind of want to keep it around an hour. You have your chart printed, good. I've had my ambassador chart printed since before I went presidential. And I look at it every single day. And I know where every single person is because it's important to me, right? So if you need to get to Ruby or Diamond or Executive, or you're trying to get, you know, those first customers or distributors, you need to have your roadmap out in front of you. You need to be talking to your team. Oh, lovely, Leanna, good job. She's showing me her chart.
I don't have, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, of course.
I don't have a question, but I did share this in the leadership chat. And I know there's a lot of people on here I don't know. So I actually did a contest with my runners on my team, and it's actually anyone that promotes by the 15th of the month. It doesn't matter what promotion it is, because I know how important conference is. I'm actually going to give $100 toward their conference ticket. And a lot of the girls are like super excited, because I know a lot of the times people like struggle with money or et cetera, but not only is it helping them promote, not only they're, you know, pushing toward promotion, but also all this amazing, you know, like this whole other level thing that they just did yesterday with corporate. And then on top of that, you get all these other bonuses while you're promoting. Then you're making all this extra money that you could use toward conference and Christmas. So I just wanted to add that.
That's awesome, Tara. Thank you. Yeah, and I just want to answer Zoila quickly. You guys, for charts are your roadmap. Like, so if you need 2 distributors to go executive, go out and sign up 2 distributors and then help them get customers. Do online parties. You could go executive pretty quick if you really put in that action. I'm not going to say really quick because everybody's different, but yeah, you print that chart out, you see what you need. So to Ruby, you need 3. Doesn't mean you need to get all those distributors, right? Help your team get distributors. Do parties for them. Do one-on-ones. I like to get on 3-way calls with people all the time. I have one of the girls asking me to chat with a girl in France. My daughter's falling her head off. Sorry, Michelle, you go ahead.
Sorry, I just think Zoila, is that how you say your name? First of all, that's an awesome name. Second, you said something in the chat that made me like, I have to say something to you. So you said, I just wait until somebody decides to join. Okay, no, you don't do that at all. You decide to sign people. That was like total opposite. You do not wait for people to decide to join. That's absolutely the wrong mindset. So you could have a completely blank Ruby chart right now, and you could be Ruby by the end of the month, I promise you. But you have to decide. You have to decide, not wait for them to decide. You have to decide that it's time to sign people. That's your decision.
I love that, Michelle. It's true. If you wait around to go diamond, you'll be waiting for a decade. You know, it doesn't just happen, you know. Promotions take a lot of grit and work, and it's the beginning of the month, you guys. And like anyone, I mean, people could go diamond in a month. They could, you know, on a blank slate, but you know, go for each promotion quick, you know, first is what I mean. So quick too, if you want. But, you know, the biggest thing is like, if you really need that Ruby to happen, like start doing a couple parties a week. I did that nonstop to go diamond. And you can get to diamond pretty quickly if you are taking daily action. A lot of people have gone diamond in 1 or 2 months, mostly 2 months, I'd say. But people can do it. But I think a lot of times, like Michelle said, people wait for it to happen. People wait for distributors to sign up. People, you know, what if Chelsea waited for that girl to come talk to her? Well, she probably wasn't going to, you know. Chelsea had to go ask her, you know, and share the business with her. So you have to be bold with people. You have to go out there and ask them, you know. The first thing I did when I joined is I thought of 5 people in my life right away that I wanted on my team. And I told them. Some people ignored me, but then a couple of them joined, okay? 2 of them are still in the business with me, okay? And the other people, they all quit after a couple months. One of them for sure, you guys, was my emerald to go diamond. She would have for sure been like a triple or presidential by now, for sure. But she joined for a couple months and then she quit. She had a bad week, so she quit. So, you know, it's sad. People give up so quick, you know. So ask people when they join what their goals are. Ask people what their why is. If your why doesn't make you cry, then you're not going to push. If you need this for your kids, your family, if you are lost and depressed and you need the money, I was all those things. I remember every single day why I joined this business, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it. And because I'm obsessed with it, I do well, right? And people know, there's going to be those happy people for you. Those people who like think it's a scam. My brother does. My brother would shit his pants if he knew how amazing our business is. Sorry, you guys, I'm really swearing tonight. I don't know what's with me. I had some coffee earlier. And I like Sierra messaged me, you guys, here, and she said that she saw a whole other side to me. You know what, you guys? I am the type of person, I want you guys to know that if you are real raw with people and you share your journey with people, you share your heart with people, and you really care about people, you are going to be successful in this business. But you can't sugarcoat it and tippy-toe around and hope to go diamond and hope to make all this money if you're not really doing anything, okay? It's like if I go to the gym once a week and I eat McDonald's every day. Well, probably nothing's going to happen, right? But what if I exercise and eat healthy? Then I'm going to get results. So it's the same thing. Gary Vaynerchuk said the same thing. Working out is exactly like a successful business. If you put in the time and you learn what you need to do and you grow your mind and you're really dedicated in what you want to do, then you'll succeed at anything that you do. Okay, Brooke has a question. Sorry, Tara just messaged me. Or did she already ask? Sorry, there's so many things on the side here. So I know why I'm terrified to talk with people face to face. I get so tongue-tied. I mix up my words and I feel like an idiot when I talk in front of people. I'm trying to get over this. And I'm talking to my girls every month. It's helping me get over this. Do you have anything to help me with this? Okay, honestly, Brooke, I still babble, as you guys can see. I babble. That's just me. I talk a lot. I don't get shy around people, but I've also really done a lot of personal development. Yes, and like Chelsea said, just talk to people like they're your friend. I don't even think about selling people or having people join my team. I just talk about it like, oh girl, like I love these products. Oh, our company's so amazing. Like you should join my team. I just flat out tell people, I'm like, join my team, I'm like, I'll add you to our team page for a sneak peek. I'm so excited. Like I just ask them questions. I'm just totally nonchalant. I think so many people are so rigid and they like think it has to be a certain way. And it's so like, and then they scare people off. I get people every day messaging me, asking me to join their team for things or adding me to groups and they just don't know what they're doing. I honestly usually just message those people and try and help them and tell them not to do that just because I feel bad for them. But yeah, talk to people, honestly, personal development. And if you're having a hard time doing it, keep doing it. If you have a hard time talking in front of crowds and getting on Zooms or, keep doing it because that's the only way you're going to grow and get better at it. It's okay to babble. I babble. I turned out okay. It's okay to be nervous. And another thing, you guys, I think sometimes when I act like too, like some of my posts, I think are too, I was a journalism major, right? So sometimes I write out these big things on Facebook and sometimes I'm like, okay, maybe that's too much. Maybe it intimidates people, right? So just be yourself, do personal development, find out what works for you. And maybe Brooke, maybe you'll get better at, maybe your thing is social media or maybe it is parties and you just need to get out of your comfort zone, right? See? It's good when you babble, right? People just think you're real. Like it doesn't matter, you don't have to be all perfect. And that's the good, cool thing about this business. It doesn't matter your background or, your age or what you look like. It doesn't matter. Anyone can do this. Does anyone have any questions or anything? What?
Asher, I'm sorry.
Hi, Asher.
I hit unmute and he had something to say himself.
I'm going to take a picture of you guys.
One of the things that they talked about in Nashville was to live the blitz instead of keeping pressure on yourself about it. When you're talking to people, don't go into it feeling like you're trying to make a sale because anybody would be nervous trying to do that. Instead, they used words live the blitz, and that was big for me because all they mean is just have a conversation. Start a conversation with the lady behind you in line at the grocery store and just ask her what she does for a living because those kind of questions, the leading questions, that's leading them to ask you the same thing, right? You can ask them, how many kids do you have? They'll ask you, it gives you an opportunity to say, oh, I have 2 kids and I get to stay home with them. I love it. what do you do for a living? And they'll say, oh, I do this, blah, 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 whatever it may be. And then they'll say, what do you do? And you say, oh, I work from home. It's awesome. And, it's just a conversation. So really take the pressure off of yourself. Try not to feel like you're trying to make a sale or approaching somebody to blitz them. Just start a conversation.
Exactly. And like we all suffer or struggle with things, and I know what my strengths and my weaknesses are. And I know for me, I've become a really strong person with this. So the stronger you get and the thicker skin you get and the personal development you do, and, you tell yourself that you deserve, whatever you're going for in life, whatever your goals are, make that dream board, write things down. It's the biggest thing, every single time I made an accomplishment, I crossed it off. And even you guys the other day, I don't know if you saw, no one's looking at my page, but I wrote something that I had written something off my dream board. And it was like this big status and everyone was commenting and liking and stuff. And Cammie Dempsey wrote, she's like, well, good, now it's time for you to write something else on your dream board, right? So never stop growing and evolving, because if you stop growing and you don't do anything, you're going to get stuck in a place where you're not going to grow. Your business isn't going to grow. You're going to feel stuck. It's going to be frustrating, So put yourself out there. Like our business is really a personal development. Like it's with a compensation plan, right? It's a personal development plan with like a compensation plan. So the more you grow, the better you, learn and grow. And you don't need to be like Michelle or Chelsea or like me or Cindy. We're all perfect, right? But like, you don't need to be like us. See, I'm funny too. What?
Can I piggyback on that?
Yeah. Saying how perfect we are.
Oh, Lord.
I always bug Chelsea, you guys, because Chelsea always gets on Zooms and she's all pretty and like, I'm just bugging her.
Man, we've been packing all day and working in between. So it's a crazy one because we leave on Wednesday. But anywho, basically what I wanted to say was, guys, don't get in that revolving door of holding back on your promotion because you feel like your team's not working. It is not up to your team to get a promotion for you. It's not. And, I went through a tough time when I was going double. I sat on Diamond for about 7 months. I lost literally probably, what was it, Tana? It's like the first 5 people that joined my team, right? And I didn't get down on it, but I kind of had to find my footing, right? And I kind of had to where I needed to be in life. And I gained more amazing people. And, the Dunn say it, Cammie, Pam, Coach Mark, everybody says it. And it is those that get you to one promotion and promote with you to that promotion will not necessarily be there for the next or the next, right? It's just how it is. It's different stages and different seasons of business and life. So I just never want to see you guys get in that revolving door of not promoting or doing this for you because my team's not working. It doesn't matter about that. You get it done. You focus on your enrollments, okay? And I promise you, if you're focusing on your enrollments, you're going to find somebody amazing that gets the vision and needs this for their life. And they're just going to run with you. Like, I thank God every day because of Michelle. Granted, we were like acquaintances before. She took family photos for us years ago. And I had chatted with you how long, Michelle, before you actually like jumped in with me?
It was like 7 or 8 months.
It was a while, yeah. And then finally she was all in and I was like, it was the right time, right? Like people are going to join you in the right time. And every single month you're inching closer and closer to your promotion. So always have that goal set forth and say, I'm going to get it this month. And if you don't, it's okay. It's okay because you're inching closer and closer to it, but that doesn't mean start slacking on it, right? Just keep moving and grooving and focus on your own steps to success. It's so simple. Steps to success is your roadmap to success. So, just keep pushing for that and you'll find new blood. Like I said earlier, and like Pam says, it's easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead.
Yeah. So, and I love that because what I always would get so sad when people I cared about would quit.
Yeah.
But then when I started realizing that's just normal, I think so many people get so worried that they sign up one distributor and the person doesn't do anything and then it just makes them stop, right? You guys want to know how many people I've signed up that don't even reply to me? Like it happens. But then I get these people who come in and they're like, I want to be a rock star. Yeah. Like I want this. I want to go ambassador. You know how many girls I have on the team right now who want to go diamond and up, or how many girls on the team, and I should say, and guys too, that want to make 6 figures. Do you know how many guys? Because I didn't quit. Nobody knew I was struggling to go diamond to double. Nobody knew. I didn't tell anybody. I tell people now because it's part of my story, right? But I had a lot of things I could have just felt sorry for myself. I had a head injury, health with, family and just a lot of stuff, right? But we can all make excuses. And I think those girls in the beginning, some of them are still my business and I love them and I'm grateful for them and they're doing great. But, those girls who quit, like I feel bad for them, but they quit and they decided that, and that's okay, So just because they quit, I wasn't going to quit because I needed this. My family needed this. Like I was depressed, I was lost, and I still have things I struggle with, right? Everybody does. I know every person on here is struggling with something. I don't care who you are. We're not all perfect, except Cindy. Cindy's perfect. But see, I'm funny, you guys. But here's the thing, you guys. Decide that you want it more than
that was funny.
That was funny. I'm funny. But you are perfect. But decide that you want it so bad that no one's going to stop you, that nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter if you stopped. Maybe you took a break. Maybe you had a bad month. I mean, you guys, I want to tell you something. I had a really hard month, July, August, September. My July paycheck, it just so happened, right? Because I've worked a lot, like consistently, and I've poured into like my business since day one. But I was able to spend time with family and focus on me and, just what I was going through. And that month was my biggest paycheck ever. And I was like, holy shit. But then I was like, wait, it's because I spent all that time. And I'm telling you this because if you work hard now, in a year from now, your life can be it can be changed quicker than that. 6 months, you can become a VIP and, be doing really, really well. It's the residual. It absolutely is, right? You build a team. You focus on your people. You love on people. Like there's girls on here I've never met in person and I talk to all the time. And then we see people in person and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's like I already know them, right? So I can't wait till conference. I'm excited about it, because I feel like you guys are all my family, right? And my sidelines too. Like I have really close sideline friends, right? So realize how amazing this business and opportunity is, you guys. If I kept watching that girl over and over again, and maybe I wouldn't have joined, then maybe Chelsea wouldn't have joined, or Robin, or any of you. I'm not saying that you guys all wouldn't eventually join somewhere, right? But you came into this business for a reason, okay? You joined for a reason, whether you needed this or the person you were watching inspired you, whatever it was. But maybe you joined for even, like, I look at things now and I am so amazed with how I've turned our life around. But I put in hard work and it's fun. You're supposed to have fun, right? So I want you guys to remember that, because I want you guys to know if you put in your heart and soul, Denise said, when you put your heart, your head, and your feet all in, like, I don't know exactly what she said, but the heart, head, feet, okay? When you go all in with your business, you will change your family's life. You can build a legacy for your family, your future family. You know what I mean? So, look at everybody coming to conference. Like, everybody should come to conference. And I know it's expensive, but we have months, right? And getting to conference changes everything. You see the vision, you get there, it's just, honestly, nothing like I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I get it,
And they promote,
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, people go all in. Not everybody. Some people quit, because they're like, they don't do anything. And, a lot of times they're like, oh, I want to go triple diamond, but they keep saying it, but they're not doing anything, right? Like I've had so many people like that. And you can't force people to get to work, right? What we do, like I said, over and over again. How much is the ticket? How much is the early bird ticket?
$225.
$225, and you get 5 wrap rewards.
Which is more than last year. So they're actually
That's $500 American.
Paying you to go to conference.
Yeah. Wrap people. And everyone's like, oh, sometimes people are just too lazy to go and wrap people or like sell the wraps. But you could do it if you really try and do it. You could sell 5 boxes of wraps in a week if you really tried. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Does anyone have any other questions? Because we've been on here for like an hour and a half. I don't want to keep you because I know it's late for some of you guys. But honestly, I love Zooms, you guys. I get so fired up. Like, I try not to miss anything when my team does parties and Zooms. Sometimes there's so many things going on. But I get excited. It fills my cup. You can't pour from an empty cup, You can't do anything if you're not inspired or excited or learning from other people. And that's what I love so much about Zooms, because you're hearing different people's stories and how they work their business, you know? So, you know, decide that you're going to, if you guys are all promoting this month, you can, right? Just make a plan and do it. I mean, we're only October 2nd. There's 31 days in October. So who's all promoting this month? Yeah, see? Why not all of you guys raising your hands? I'm getting upset. Yay! Oh, yeah. There's so many people promoting you guys. And then you just keep going because it's exciting and it's fun and you're helping people and you're helping yourself, which is even better, right? So I'm really grateful you guys all came on here tonight. I recorded this. I'm going to put it up on the Zoom. And if anyone has any questions about anything we talked about and you want to message me or any of your leaders, please do. I have turned a new leaf and I am focusing on the people who really need me and really want my help, because before, like I said, you guys, I was that Candace that would message everybody, oh, why weren't you on the Zoom? But you know what? I'm done with that Tannis because I can't get to ambassador with that Tannis. Okay, so you
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry.
No, go.
I just forgot. I'm sorry.
No.
So the law of 20%, guys, you have to talk to people daily. It's fact. And say, you know, there's 30 days in a month. So say that you talk to, one person a day for the next 30 days. It's only 30 people a month. So out of those people that you message, one a day, out of those 30 days, 20% will respond to you. And 20% of that will actually become an LC or a DT. That's not a lot of people, right? Whenever you cut it by 20%. So think of it this way. If you're messaging 10 people a day and just telling them, hey, I think you're awesome, do what I do, whatever it is that you say, you know, just lead with that compliment. I think that'll take the edge off for some of you. 10 people a day, that's what, 300? And then 20% of that is, I don't know, I'm not good at math. I don't have my calculator. I don't know what 20% is. But then 20% of that is who, you know, is going to be potential LCs and DTs for you. That's fact. That's the law of 20%, guys. And you're upping the ante there because you're talking to more people, right? So I think that's like 30 LCs or DTs, something like that around that time. So make sure that you're talking to new people every day. Facebook and Instagram, face-to-face, whatever it is. If you want to learn things, come to us because we're always going to teach you what we know, right? And then you can implement it into your business. So just a little tidbit.
That's awesome, you guys. Like, honestly, and she's so right. The more people you talk to, I think so many people just don't even talk to people and they just post on Facebook. Well, you're not gonna get to Diamond Up just, you know, posting and expect everybody to just knock on your door. That'd be great. It doesn't work that way, right? So honestly, the more grit and excitement and passion and, you know, honestly, get that fire in your belly and remember why you started. Like, you guys are all on this Zoom because you care. The people who aren't on this Zoom is because they're busy. That's okay. But people who really want it are the ones who want to learn and keep learning, because the more you learn from people who are successful, you know, I was glued into Jackie like from day one because I knew what she was making and I had to make it happen. You know, she didn't have to force me to do anything. She said to me today how proud she was of me. But you know what? She helped me in the fact that she believed in me and I just took action. So when you believe in yourself and you know that you're worthy of this and you're okay to get down and get to work, then honestly, you can achieve anything, you guys. We can all go ambassador by next week. Maybe not next week. Maybe next. Or we could do it. I mean, all right, you guys, thanks so much. You guys, I'm really excited. Everybody's so fired up. And keep that fire all month long and just keep it on going into the next month. And it gets exciting because then you start doing well and then you see results and then you just keep going. Don't stay in the same funk and not change what you're doing, okay? Because you're going to stay there and it sucks. I've been there. I've done it. And I just got over myself, had a day where I feel, you know, I get over it and then I just move on because it doesn't matter. It's done with, right? Just keep moving forward, okay? You're going forward. You're not looking sideways or behind. You're going forward. Okay, you guys? So thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate you all. I got a good picture of us, I think. Well, you guys all look good. I look funny. But thank you guys all so much. And yeah, there's so much excitement coming this whole month. So, and the new products, you guys, and the new countries. I'm so excited. So thank you guys.